There's nothing but bad moments as a Bills fan. Period. Full stop. That's where you should have ended the sentence. Because yesterday was so much worse than last year. Because now you get blown out at home. And I know maybe this final score doesn't look like a blowout, but if anyone was watching that game, it felt like 53-3. The Bengals were doing everything they wanted, and the Bills couldn't do anything. I've never, ever seen a no-show in a playoff game for a team that is as talented as the Bills should be. I've never seen a no-show. Nothing like that at home. And the moment I knew it was going to be a bad day for them is when I turned on the pregame show and saw the snow. Think about that. It snows more in Buffalo than like anywhere outside of like Switzerland. They don't have a team that's built to play in the snow. They put themselves at a disadvantage in their own building. I ask you, what kind of team building is that? You can say, Maggie, Josh Allen played at Wyoming. Okay, fine, good. Has anyone else seen snow? Because they're not built to play in it. And the fact that the defense was just a sieve. I mean, barely. Put up a fight, too. I mean, can someone besides Matt Milano make a big tackle at a big time? I was so disappointed in that effort. And then offensively, I mean, what do you want to say? Every bad thing happened. That's the bad Bills. That's Josh Allen hero ball. That's receivers dropped. Penalties at awful times on the offensive line. And I don't even honestly even know if it's the play calling or Josh Allen at this point, but they're both broken. In big games like that, when are they going to finally win a big game? Not Kansas City in the regular season. Who cares? An actual big game. I'm sorry, I can't count beating the Colts with Phillip Rivers or beating Lamar Jackson and the Ravens when Lamar leaves the game for the second half. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about beating the Patriots. They barely beat the Miami Dolphins with Skylar Thompson, and I knew there was a problem. I told you guys there was a problem. I had no idea it'd be this bad. And the thing about it is, you went 13-3 in the regular season. So how do you, or 13-4, how do you make meaningful changes? Can you justify firing Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator? Can you justify, getting rid of Ken Dorsey? Can you justify cutting Sean McDermott after all these years? I don't think you can. So what changes? Josh Allen is locked up. Stephon Diggs is locked up. Dawson Knox is locked up. Deion Dawkins, the left tackle, is locked up. Von Miller's locked up. Tre'Davious Light is locked up. Milano, Hyde. What's going to change? Is this team going to always be an also ran? Because they
also ran.
Perloff, what did I watch yesterday?
Also ran like they're 3-14 or something?
No, like they'll get to the playoffs and then they won't be able to win the big game.
Let me give you some numbers on other quarterbacks. And by the way, I'll take Josh Allen off your hands any day of the week.
No, I'm not giving up on Josh Allen. I'm not giving up on him, but I'm not happy with how yesterday went.
If you want to give up on Hurts,
Peyton Manning took 9 years to win a Super Bowl. Drew Brees took 9 years. Elway took 15 years. Stafford obviously took 13 years. Tom Brady, between his third Super Bowl and his fourth Super Bowl, took 10 years.
I know.
So it takes a long time.
Not exactly the same.
Now, let me tell you, you just talked about all those guys being locked up. Guess who's not locked up? Joe Burrow is not locked up by a mile. And once they pay Joe Burrow, they're going to lose all those other guys that are way better than the Bills guys. And what's the other team? KC. I mean, that feels like a house of cards that is about to fall at any given moment.
Really?
I mean, how many injuries is Patrick Mahomes going to have? What's going on there? Well, you're telling me there's not a universe where the Bills are the last team standing in that AFC with Josh Allen? Because, I don't know, every playoff feels like a different scenario to me. It doesn't feel like the Chiefs can make this last with Patrick Mahomes.
You're not counting what we have. We have no idea what's going to happen with Tua and the Dolphins. What if Miami makes a push against Tom Brady? The Jets are better. Jacksonville is better. The Chargers are better.
Now I know you're out of it. The Jets. The New York Jets.
They might trade for Rodgers, for goodness sake. That's the news coming out today.
How did my guys get shrapnel just now?
Yeah, they're always going to get shrapnel. This is the thing. I'm not giving up on this team, but my whole life, they've never won a big game. My whole life.
No, you're totally right. Because the Houston Texans have they've been baiting everybody in the league by winning 3 games a year. And they're going to be a huge threat to the Bills.
Don't make me laugh.
They've won 13 or 14 games. Josh Allen's is amazing. And Josh Allen is easily the third best quarterback. And I'll tell you one thing. This is where we were discussing the break, the quarterback rankings.
Yeah.
Yes, Patrick Mahomes is number 1, with Burrow 2. But Patrick Mahomes had to stay in the pocket about 3 seconds too long to make all these plays on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's a formula for disaster. What is he doing? Why is he playing like that? And was there any possible way he was going to get through that game and not get hurt? Does he think he's Superman? What is he doing?
Well, why wouldn't he think he's Superman?
Because he gets hurt all the time. How many playoff runs has he got hurt?
I know, but you look at it as him getting hurt. You could also look at he gutted through that game and look at what he showed. I mean, the high ankle sprain, I don't know what's going to happen against Cincinnati. That's going to be tough. But, I mean, look at what he did. Patrick Mahomes on one leg is better than most quarterbacks on 2.
But he better, I know this is crazy to say he's going to learn something. He's got to throw a ball away once in a while. Quarterbacks are vulnerable to injury, and he acts like he's completely invincible. Even after he hurt his leg and came back in, he was hanging around the pocket, not getting rid of the ball. Like, I'm Patrick Mahomes. I'll find a way to make a play. He's going to get hurt. And I don't even understand why the Chiefs are favored in this game. I mean...
Really?
Mm-hmm. He's got a high ankle sprain. Tony Romo said he's barely going to be able to walk. He's not going to be able to practice at all. You don't think this... You watch the back.
Practicing at this point in the season is overrated.
I mean, for the Chiefs offense to work at the highest level, he has to stay in the pocket and run around and get away from guys. There's no way that's happening.
I mean, he was able to get the ball to Kelsey 14 times. I mean, that's crazy.
You don't think his escapability, without his escapability, you don't think the Chiefs offense falls off a little bit?
They might fall off a little bit, but I understand why they might be favored. But listen, I'm not betting against Joe Burrow. I mean... I don't know how that game's going to go. We have a while to break that down. But I'm not, just to go back to the Bills for a second, I'm not giving up on Josh Allen. He's the quarterback that everyone has been hoping and dreaming for 20 years. Like, I get what he means to the organization and the city. But he was playing backyard football in the snow yesterday, and the Bengals were running a professional offense that looked like they could have scored 50 if they wanted to.
Yeah,
and that's
for some
the
reason,
difference.
They had footing, and the Bills just did not. I don't know why. I mean, you will admit the Bills' defensive backs looked like they were slipping and sliding everywhere. They could not figure out where Jamar Chase was going.
Definitely. I mean, in the secondary, it's been a bit of a work in progress this whole year. Tre'Davious White didn't come back until midseason or a little bit after, starting a rookie opposite of him. And then this is when you know it was going to get bad, as if you didn't know already. When you have Poyer and Tre'Davious White run into each other, collide on a play, and both knock each other out.
I know you remember this. What point of the game was that? That seemed like a big play.
It was late in the third.
Oh, so it was already okay.
I believe, yeah.
So it was already out of reach, or was it still?
It felt out of reach after the first quarter.
Well,
I mean, I know it wasn't, but it felt bad.
I don't know. There's some moves you guys can make in the offseason, no?
Well, the move was Miller. The move was to get Von Miller, and they paid him a ton. And he's wrapped up for the next couple of years. And I wonder, where is Von Miller? Was he even there? Is he even on the sideline? Is he in Buffalo? They're paying you all this money. Even if you're not going to play, can you be around the team, point stuff out, help the younger guys? I didn't even know if he's in the building. I know DeMar Hamlin is in the building. That was the best moment from yesterday. I mean, he's there, which is great. And so maybe that's what this whole season is just all about.
Feels like you need a lot more depth on defense, too. And I don't know where you get that. Sorry, easier said than done. Easier said than done.
They've been taking pass rushers with first round picks and second round picks, and
it's a back seven.
Got no pass rush.
You're right. You said it earlier. Thank God Milano was amazing. Otherwise, it would have been even worse.
Dude's so good. He's so good.